that started in 2010 building tents that they attach to the trees so that you don't have to worry about that root in your back or that stick or that rock in the middle of the night. They sent us this flagship Stealth a couple months ago so that we could get a good pre-release look at it. It's coming out here in March, and we just wanted to explain and show you how it's set up and give you some of the finer points of access. With all the stencils, tree tents, you find your 3 trees, Lark's Head the 5,000-pound ratchet strap around it, and then bring it up to the Stealth. Loosely attach the Trillium to the trees and get a good feel of how it's coming off the tree. Once that's completed, go ahead and ratchet that sucker down, get it nice and tight to give you a good firm base. In years past, this Trillium was the basis for their flagship 3-man setup, and this year it's no different. The difference with this year is the removable bug net and the center pole stack. So to get the bug net on, you just clip it underneath each of the 3 corners. And then once that's done, you run the 4-foot pole up through the center stack that attaches to what used to be the door for the Stingray, which is now the center base of the interior. And as you can see, you've got 3 completely separate doors. So there's no longer do you have to worry about climbing over one of your tinsel mates to get in and out in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day or however you need to get out. Makes it much more convenient in the entry and the exit. With the bug net being completely unattached, you've got 2 sets of shock cords on each of the sides. Shock cord those up. Will definitely give you a nice seal to keep those pesky critters away. With the 3 doors, you've got 3 separate adjustable interior hammocks. Down the double stitch line, there is a firm set of webbing that help keep that form, and also it does a pretty good job keeping your tinsel mates' movements away from your movements. Jeff just got a little bit of tiger in him. But what you do see is he's 6'4" and he fits. I'm 6 feet and I fit. So putting the family in there, there's plenty of space. Throw on the optional rain fly, which just clips to each of the 3 closed off ratchet straps. And then you've got 3 additional shock cord bungees off each of the center of the sides. Been through a couple storms with it. Rode out the storms wonderfully. I was very impressed with how well it handled the storms. On the group hang that we were at in South Florida, a typical Florida storm came up with 20 to 30 mile an hour winds and driving rain. A lot of friends lost stakes in the ground where I actually ended up falling asleep in the tent. It rode out the storm just fine. There was no semblance of getting wet in there. As well as high off the ground as we had it, we were able to take shelter underneath the tinsel, which is not something you can normally do in a tent. That center stack gives you 3 separate storage facilities for each of the 3 people inside. And the weight restrictions are about 880 pounds for all occupants. Thanks for checking out our quick review into the Tinsel Stealth. For the good, the bad, and the ugly, please check out the full review at gearreport.com.